What's up guys, I'm Phoenix Master 1 and welcome to my in-depth breakdown of the second trailer of Fire Emblem Warriors, 3 Hopes. I'll be going over a lot of the things that you might have missed. So the trailer starts off with our new protagonist called Shez, and they can be both female and male, and he's fighting against female Byleth here. The place of this fight seems to be similar to the cutscene in 3 Houses, where in the Remire village forest, where you first fight Kostas the bandit, and you also get to meet all 3 of the lords in this forest itself. And in the description of Shez on the Japanese Twitter, it is said that they are also a mercenary but with no relatives, and they're on a mission where they crossed path with Geralt's mercenaries and got defeated by Byleth, and to take their revenge, they're trying to train and also they get to meet the lords in that same forest. Unlike the previous trailer where Shez was beating down Byleth, who was enlightened, here it is opposite. Byleth does not have the green color here, and she's beating down Shez dominantly and is almost about to kill him. This trailer completely subverts our expectations to tell us that we're going to be facing Byleth, the Ashen Demon, as the antagonist of this game, which could mean a lot of things, to be honest, because this game does take place in an alternate timeline. So maybe in this timeline, Byleth never goes to the Garrick Mach. So that's why we saw Geralt in the last trailer, or maybe this is like a fake out, and maybe this includes the element of time travel, and that's certainly not going to be that far-fetched for a character like Byleth, who has the power of Sothis, and maybe Byleth is intentionally doing this. And this could also be seen as a what-if scenario from the perspective of 3 lords, who saw Byleth in a completely different light when they saw her beating down Shez in this game compared to the Byleth in 3 Houses who came to their rescue. In this trailer, Byleth is portrayed with the moon behind her. The moon is usually symbolic of connecting with the dark side of oneself, and this shot does parallel when Byleth breaks through the spell of Zaharaz by cutting through the darkness with a bright, sun-like light behind their head, but this time there's the darkness of moon behind them, not the light. Just in the moment when Byleth is about to kill Shez, the screen fades to the logo, and this is probably the exact moment when the divine entity, who's also known to be Arvel or Larva as per the official Japanese website, saves Shez. Larva is said to have saved Shez from the Ashen Demon. Just like Sothis is only present in the head of our previous protagonist Byleth, Larva is also only present in the head of Shez, and there's definitely parallels to how Sothis saved Byleth from dying in the prologue of 3 Houses. Larva's voice could be heard at the end of the trailer calling Shez partners in destiny, and at the start of the last trailer as well.
We're partners in destiny. The cycle of this world. I will not allow it to perish with you.
Larva seems like an Agarthan entity, perhaps the goddess that Agarthans worship, as we do see the markings on her which are similar to the markings on Kronia and Agarthan, who has them on her chest and also on her legs. Larva also has white hair similar to Edelgard and Lysithea, whose hair color became white after the blood experiments were performed on them by the Agarthans. Finally, the face marks which Arvel has got. We have also seen that on the face of Shez at the end of last trailer, and this is mainly going to be a fight which we have seen after both goddesses fuse with their characters. We are introduced to Shez, who's waving hands at someone after reaching Garrick Mach Monastery, and in this timeline, instead of Byleth traveling with the lords to the monastery, it was Shez who did that.
You clearly need every blade you can find, and my pockets have been feeling awfully light lately. What do you say? I need to get stronger if I'm gonna do what I need to.
What Shez says in the trailer is after losing to Byleth most likely, and how he needs to get stronger to do what he needs to do. Maybe Shez is tasked with a mission and Byleth is pretty much the main roadblock, and we do see the exclusive new weapon that Shez wields in their dual wielding playstyle. This blade is also on the box art, so in one hand they use this, which seems like a crest weapon, probably that they can use because of the goddess living inside their head, and then on the other hand we have a generic sword. Just like 3 Houses, this game does have 3 different paths. Perhaps these are just like 3 Houses, so it might not be the golden route which people were expecting, or maybe this is just to give the point of view of each lord to just play through their campaign, and maybe by the end of this game these paths do converge, as we do see Edelgard, Dimitri and Claude working together in some of the shots, and also in the box art where they are standing close to each other, more like a team rather than clashing their weapons like they do on the box art of 3 Houses.
I'll be counting on you as always in the battles to come.
Let us walk forward on this path and see where it takes us.
Edelgard seems to be talking to Hubert, her retainer, and he says to walk forward on this path and see where it takes them. Perhaps this is referring to joining paths with Dimitri and Claude, which understandably, Edelgard is going to be a bit reluctant to do that, and Hubert is pretty much reassuring or supporting. Maybe I'm kinda wrong, but that's what I think. And in this shot with Hubert, we actually see an orange-haired individual who could be none other than Ferdinand von Ayer. He seems to have a different hairstyle just like all of the other students.
Everyone, sharpen your blades and prepare for the battles ahead.
We are here to fight by your side, Your Majesty, and so we shall, now and always.
We then see Dedue confirming what I thought in the last trailer, as that armored hand was put onto Dimitri's hand, and we see Dedue with a beard, which is extremely badass.
I love how you can bump into someone in the woods one night and suddenly you're living under the same roof the next.
This line by Claude is interesting because in this game it applies to Shez, who they met in the forest of Remire village, but it also applied to meeting with Byleth in Three Houses in a way. We then see Hilda in a completely new design. This time she's got a different hairstyle and outfit, and she's as per usual destroying people with her Frikugel relic, and then she's winking afterwards. This next shot has got a big dragon breath. This is likely Rhea's Immaculate One form doing something like this, and Flayn has seen wars and conflicts for many years, so she's just sad that she has to see another one causing this much bloodshed. We also see some purple magic circles with runes on them and some symbols. I thought these were crest symbols, but I looked it up and they don't really match with the existing ones. So the purple color does lead me to believe that this is some kind of evil Agarthan magic, as we do see Agarthan magic in the purple color. In the shot, we see Anna Sprite walking, and she will probably just sell you items and weapons, as always. This map is also called the Blitz of Regan, likely a part of Edelgard's strategy to get hold of the Great Bridge of Myrddin, which is a great strategic spot. And then we also see a merchant selling 3 advanced seals for 1,000 gold. We also see the war map for the Battle of the Garreg Mach, which does give you a stat increase item, and also gives you a rusted sword, which could likely be forged into something much better. On the map, we see that this is from the Scarlet Blaze route of Edelgard, as we see her, Shez, and Hubert on this map. Edelgard here is a level 23 Fortress Knight with Labronda as her weapon. This is a sacred weapon and not a relic because of its silver color, and Edelgard has been shown time and time again in this game to not even have her relic a mirror, so this is a new axe that she has gotten in this game, whose name is based on a real-life sacred sanctuary. Co-op play seems to be a thing in this game because it does say player 2 can join, so that could be really interesting if you want to play this up with your friends or maybe your siblings. We also see various weapons here. The blue are likely the ones having proficiency, and the exclamation mark might mean the effectiveness of the unit against those weapon types or the movement types. A beast icon is also present in the movement type, so that leads me to believe that this graphic is not just for the proficiencies, but also for the effectiveness or the weaknesses. We do see 3 stars here, which is likely for the mastery of the class, which could give you new combat arts or skills, and we later see Shez and Edelgard have full 3 golden stars, likely mastering their class. We then see Shez with many physical and magical combat arts. These combat arts seem to have an input to trigger them. We also see their might, the element of the attack, the cooldown, the durability, as well as the area they cover, so you can definitely customize and choose the ones which are going to be the best for a map. We can also equip skills or abilities from this menu and also switch over to different classes, or perhaps even use the seals which we saw before getting bought in this menu for the promotion. Battalions are also in the game. There seem to be 130 battalions, but you could probably unlock more, I feel like, with the different missions and stuff. And you can equip them based on your authority level, just like Three Houses. Battalions could give you weapon strangle advantage, as it seems, by the Empire Warriors, making you stronger against the axes, which definitely seems interesting to say the least for a game set in Three House universe where weapon strangle does not exist. On the next screen, we see a familiar character, and this is most definitely Bernadetta wielding a bow, and she's also with Black Eagles. We haven't really seen her design, but hopefully we could see that before the game comes out. This shot also shows that we can issue orders for units to lead the battalions against the enemies, or just join up the forces for an all-out offense or work as an adjutant. Here we see playable Monica, who's an infantry mage, and she has a sacred weapon called Wind Caller Genesis, which does allow the possibility of her having the crest of Macwheel. But then again, anyone can wield the sacred weapons, it's just that the extra effects are stronger with the crest bearers. But still, that doesn't really disregard the possibility of Monica having a crest of one of these saints, and that might be one of the reasons why those who slither in the dark originally kidnapped and killed Monica in 3 houses, and then had Kronia impersonate her. Crest of Macwheel is incredibly rare, and not a single character in 3 houses is known to have this crest, and we have also never seen a legendary weapon of Macwheel, unlike the other saints and their weapons. So it would make sense why Monica was the student who got kidnapped, because she has got such a rare crest, which we haven't really seen before. It's highly likely that this is the actual Monica and not Kronia, because she's a mage here, and we haven't really seen, Kronia wield tomes, and she's also wielding a sacred weapon here nonetheless. We've also seen her with the black earrings in the last trailer matching Edelgard's earrings, something which Kronia does not really wear. So it's really nice to know that Monica might get some screen time and we may get to learn a lot more about her. I just find that incredibly cool. Shez is seen here in a new class called Flugel, which might be an exclusive class for them where they can dual wield the weapons. It seems like an extension of the thief or assassin class by the looks of it. And adjutants are also present in 3 hopes, just like 3 houses, and we do see Claude being one of them for Shez, protecting Shez from one of the incoming attacks, and then also teaming up for a partner special. We then are shown the base camps, and the one that we are shown first is the Black Eagle's camp, and you can see the training grounds here, which you can use to master your classes and also increase your support, as we can see Shez and Edelgard having a support. We also see Shez in different classes like Swordmaster, Mage, Cavalier, so it seems like the huge pool of classes is also going to be available in this game. Lorenz makes his first appearance with a new haircut. It's definitely much better than what he had before, I feel like. We then see Mercedes in her new look, who did have her screenshot leaked a few days ago, so it's good to see that she's in the game. And we also see her dialogue here.
This world cries out for change, while you keep it shackled to the past.
We also see a team up of Shez and Claude, and this dialogue of Claude might be something that he's saying to Rhea perhaps. We also see an Elmiran Royal here, as we can tell by their attire and also the wyvern which they're riding. This might be Claude's father or maybe one of his half-siblings.
We can finally avenge all of those who have fallen.
Am I gonna be next?
Dimitri deflects a dark magic spell with his bare hands without even looking at it, so that is an amazing shot. Dimitri is also talking about avenging all those who have fallen, likely referencing the tragedy of Dusker. We also see a hand in the shot. This is definitely of Rodrigue, because we do know that he has got this white glove, so this pretty much confirms him. We see Shez also carrying Dimitri on his shoulder, so it must be one hell of a fight or an ambush that Dimitri is that much injured. Shez is asking, am I going to be the next one? Probably referring to him falling to the hands of Ashen Demon Byleth. In this shot, we see Dimitri and Edelgard side by side, and it seems like Edelgard rushes to attack something. This might be after the shot when Dimitri has been injured, and Shez basically carries Dimitri to Edelgard's camp, and then Edelgard is fighting the enemies. I think that would be really cool to finally have Edelgard and Dimitri team up. I would just be so happy to see that, or even see a support between them.
You were the cog that was missing from the turn wheel. The one final push that urged me to act.
And Edelgard also calls Shez a missing cog that urged her to act. So instead of Byleth supporting Edelgard here, it might be that Shez is the one supporting Edelgard and all of the other lords. So again, Shez is pretty much like a counterpart to Byleth, or someone who has taken place of Byleth in this timeline. We finally see Hilda's brother Holtz in a War Master class, and we can tell this is Holtz because you can see the crest of Gonril symbol on his cape, and he seems to be fighting a blue-haired individual, and he seems to be fighting a blue-haired gauntlet user, and this could be Count Bergles, the eldest sibling of Caspar. Probably is not the father of Caspar, because as far as I remember, Caspar's father pretty much gave that title to like his eldest son, and Caspar is the youngest brother. This is really weird to see because Hilda and Caspar is such a popular ship, and even I ship them, So it's kind of interesting to see their brothers fighting among each other, but this could definitely be something serious, and I'm really glad that this game is going to be exploring these other characters, which we only heard about in Three Houses. It also says that Shez is a mercenary who fades into the history of Fódlan, but in this timeline that might change because Shez is the one taking place of Byleth, and we are going to be seeing some new stories, as we can see by the characters like Monica, Holtz, Count Burgles, and Shez is then shown basically beside every single lord, so probably he's going to be having a support with each of them. And then the new divine entity, Larva, is talking to Shez. This trailer has definitely made me really excited for this game because how different the story is going to be. It has completely subverted the expectations and also has introduced some of the characters which, we really wanted to learn more about. So let me know in the comments what do you think about this trailer, and let me know if I missed something in my breakdown. There were a bunch of things, but still I did analyze frame by frame, so hopefully I didn't miss any. And I also want to thank all of you guys for watching this video. If you enjoyed, then make sure to leave a like and a comment, helps me tremendously, and make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell because I'll be uploading a lot more Three Hopes videos in future. So with that said, I'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much for watching and have a great day.